of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the meeting to order. Thanks for coming, everyone. Typically, as you know, I like to say who's around here, depending on who's watching and who's here. But over on my left, we have Christine Keller, our town clerk, John Paciotti, town councilor, Stephanie Thibodeau, councilor and vice chair, Michelle Flowelling, town manager, Peter Lawrence, councilor, and myself, Matt Townsend, councilor and chair. So our first part is the presentation to the council from the Somerset Economic Development Corporation, and that is going to be Elizabeth Caruso.
Great. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Is this on? Yes?
Yeah, oh
Good?
yeah. So
Okay.
it doesn't amplify in here. This is so that the folks at home and in Zoom land can hear you.
Excellent.
Be able to hear
Very
me.
good. Thank you again for the opportunity to be here. I'm from Somerset Economic Development Corporation, and I am the broadband director for Somerset County. And I am traveling across the county to make sure that our towns are aware of a program that we have going on. We are partnering with the Maine Connectivity Authority, which is the state organization that is charged with making sure that everyone is in the state is connected digitally. And there is a nationwide effort, as well as statewide effort, to make sure that those who are struggling most in our communities with connecting to the internet, with using technology and navigating the digital world, are able to get some help. And so there is grant money coming into the state, and for the last year I've been forming a coalition, and you can see the members of our coalition has grown over the last year, and it's comprised mostly of our frontline organizations, the people that are helping our residents who struggle the most with either internet access or devices or technology skills. So you can see the Fairfield Library, and Alyssa is here. She's part of our coalition. We have our libraries. We have some towns who do not have libraries that are conducive to helping their residents. We have our schools and adult eds, and then our social service organizations. As you can see, the Career Center, FedCap, KVCAP, Somerset Public Health, 2 recovery residences at the Hinckley campus, our jail. Another partner in Fairfield is a local Victor Grange, which is very active this past summer. We have church and our veterans organizations. So basically, we have, probably our next slide, our mission is to ensure that our residents have the ability to fully participate in society and to support the need that they have to have digital skills, have an internet connection, and to prosper. If our residents can prosper as individuals, we can prosper as a community and as a region. So our whole effort here is to equip people, to teach people, and to empower them to succeed. And go ahead. And so we have, aside from the infrastructure on the lines, which you're familiar, Christian Savage has been here, I'm sure, to talk about that. We have that 3-prong effort to help people find affordable internet access, to help them get access to affordable devices, and to have free digital skills training classes and tech support. Go ahead. And so we have a website, somersetbroadband.org. I'm not sure if you have our website, or you have the slides. So we are letting everyone know where they can find public access to devices. So our libraries,
It's not working.
we have donated computer devices that can be used for public access to places like the Grange, Somerset Public Health, KVCAP, also Skowhegan Adult Ed. We've been beefing up their resources for loans and for public access. And we have a mobile lab as well. We have 10 laptops and 10 tablets that can be used for our computer classes that we are working on throughout the county. And next. Thanks, Michelle. We are also partnering with Give IT, Get IT, which is very close to you in Fairfield. They're based in Waterville. This is a nationally significant organization. They sell at greatly discounted rates refurbished affordable devices, so laptops, desktops, and then brand new tablets. And what people can do is they can apply online, individuals, families, nonprofits, nonprofit organizations, and they will build them a computer that meets their needs. So not everybody needs a souped up computer, and a lot of times people overbuy and they overspend and they just don't need it, or they can't afford it because they're being sold something that's too big for them. So they could get a laptop or a desktop that just has, their ability to go online. They don't need Microsoft Office because they're not using it for work. Maybe it's a more of an elderly person or a senior person, and they just don't need those big work applications. They don't need to buy one. And so for like $100, you can get a laptop that is suitable for telehealth, for browsing the internet, for Zooming with family. And then if you need something more for school or for work, you can get a beefed up device that has Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. If you qualify for income eligible devices, it's very greatly discounted. But like I bought a computer for my son, and I don't qualify, but I still spent about 25% of what it would have cost. So it's a great benefit, and we want people to know about it. And then next, we are partnering with the National Digital Equity Center to offer free computer classes. And these are classes that they're free to those in Maine. They are live 1-hour classes. There are nearly 50 topics to choose from, and they can be taken at home as long as you have an internet connection with some kind of device, or you can be at one of our partner locations and take an on-site class with an in-person facilitator that is helping them with it. So for example, the Fairfield Library is one of our on-site partner. The Fairfield Grange is. The Career Center is. I was just there today. We teach classes at the jail once a week. We're trying to make these classes available to as many people as possible where it's convenient for them to go. So, where are they likely to go? Some people are patrons of the Grange, some are patrons of libraries, some are veterans who want to go to the Legions. And they're very useful. They're everything from Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, to how to design a website, or basic things like how to use email, how to use Gmail, or get more out of the Google products that are free alternatives to Microsoft's more expensive applications. It could be how to use your Android phone. Many times, people may have a computer, they may have internet access, but they don't know how to use their phone or tablet. Maybe it was given to them by a younger person in their family, and they say, here, use this. But they really don't know how to get the best out of it or even understand what they're doing. So we want to help people, and that's what these classes are all about. You can see some of those offerings right there. Also, telehealth is a big thing. We found out through COVID that they're Zooming with their doctor, they're Zooming with family, and they just need to have more confidence to do it. We also have an offering where people can get one-on-one tech support. Sometimes people don't know what classes they need. They don't know enough to know what they need. And so we have a link that Michelle will put up online. We also have a paper form that people can fill out and get a call from a digital navigator who will travel throughout the county and help meet with people one-on-one. We also, the Skowhegan Adult Ed, it's a little bit of a ways away, but they have a tech spot that meets on the afternoons during the week at the Skowhegan Municipal Building, and they can make a free appointment and get one-on-one tech support as well. Our tech hub in Bingham is too far away, but we are offering a tech space where people can get free Wi-Fi and free space to do work or school. So ultimately, this is what I have for you, but our goal is economic and societal prosperity for our individuals and a group to help those people who struggle the most. I'm happy to take any questions.
Yeah, thank you, Elizabeth.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. First of all, what's the
WW for people who are interested in filling out a form for a computer?
Sure. Our somerset.org website, somersetbroadband.org, sorry. And we have these brochures as well, which we're going to leave at in your office. But somersetbroadband.org is our website. It's an arm of the SCDC, and they can get all kinds of information in Somerset County where they can get any of the items that I was talking about, but also where they can get their computers repaired even, things like that.
Okay, so Somerset Broadband Partnerships are not dealing with fiber optic cables, just so the public knows.
Correct.
You're dealing with programs that
help
can
the
be-
user.
Help the user, so, okay. And also, as a municipality, what can we do to help the program?
So that's why I'm here. We just we need more awareness. You have websites, you have social media. If you could get the word out there that our programs exist, Alyssa at the library would love to host classes. And so we need more interest, and we need to help her with that as well. The Career Center is a great place. If people are looking for a job, they will help them. I just hosted a class there this afternoon. They can find our partners, they can find public access devices. If you just help bring awareness, that would be great.
Okay, thank you.
I think you
Yes,
stole my question, so that's good.
sorry.
No, that's good.
We, Elizabeth did provide us with some additional resources tonight that we'll make sure we get shared publicly tomorrow and get those up on our website.
Super.
And there are some flyers here for folks tonight to take, some brochures, but we'll also have those at the town office as well tomorrow. So, okay.
And I can get you a digital version of this.
Perfect.
Great.
Great. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, knowledge is
you.
power. Thank you very much. So the first order of business tonight then, after that presentation, are there public announcements. Details may be found at www.fairfieldme.com. Number 1, Fairfield is hiring in all departments. Contact the town office. Number 2, on April 10th, 2024, there will be a public hearing at the Fairfield Community Center to hear public comments on the annual town budget meeting warrant. Number 3, running for office. Nomination papers for MSAD number 49 school board are due April 12th, 2024 for the June 11th, 2024 election. There are 2 seats available for a 3-year term. Please contact the town clerk for details. The American Red Cross, in collaboration with Winslow and Fairfield Benton Fire and Rescue, presents smoke alarm installation and safety education. April 20th, 10 to 2. Pre-register by April 6th, online, or call the Fairfield Fire Department at 453-2429. Number 5, Heavy Loads Limited roadway signage has been posted throughout the municipality. Please contact Public Works with any questions. Number 6, Lawrence Public Library, comprehensive program details online and via the LPL social media. But we have story time and crafts on Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. The Lego Club drop-in Friday 1 to 4 and Saturday 10 to 1. Coffee and cribbage drop-in Thursday 1 to 4. Read the Classics Book Club, Little Women, Saturday, April 6th, 10 a.m. And the Solar Eclipse Party, crafts, activities, and snacks, Monday, April 8th at 1 p.m. Very good. Thanks, Elizabeth. Thank you. The second order of business, public hearings. There are none. The third order of business, public comments. Limit of 3 minutes. Members of the public may speak to the council or request opportunity to speak on a specific item that is on the agenda, or may email comments for council to info@fairfield-me.gov by 4 p.m. Day of meeting. Submitted content may be read aloud at this time. Do we have any submitted content? No. All right.
Wait. Okay. Mr. Nichols, do you want to speak now or on an article?
On an article.
Okay. Is there anybody else in the audience that would like to speak on an article? You need to state your name and make sure you are coming up to the microphone, and that's so that the people out in TV land can hear everybody. And also remember that talking when people are up here in the audience, if you're talking, it's being picked up, and Christine also cannot hear, so she can get the minutes down.
The meeting's recorded live.
So, okay, so Mr. Nichols would like to speak on an article. Which article, Mr. Nichols?
I can't find it, but it's about the code enforcement officer's vehicle.
Okay.
I had it and then I lost it.
That is item 24-45.
45.
There you go. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Did anybody else wish to speak on an article tonight? Okay, seeing none.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public comments? All right, thank you. The fourth order of business, reports from staff and committees. Number one is the town manager report.
All right, good evening. So on March 14th, I attended a KRDA executive board meeting. The park has received an offer on another one of their lots, so that's really good, and we anticipate an offer on an additional lot in the next several weeks, so that's moving right along. March 19th, I attended the KVCOG Board of Directors meeting. The 20th, I did attend the business after hours that was held at the Chase Forum in Waterville. That was hosted by the Waterville Homeless Shelter, so that was a really good turnout and a good meeting. The 21st was First Park's annual meeting that was held in Waterville. The 24-25 budget did pass as presented. So hopefully this year, while we will have an expense to First Park, we will actually receive 100% of those funds back. So that's good. And then this morning, there was the Central Maine Growth Council Board of Directors meeting that I attended down at Dirigo Labs. A couple other updates and some notifications. The staff and myself have been working on doing some research in conjunction with the Mountain Ave Association. If you're not aware, the utilities up there and the road actually belong to the association and not the municipality. And they're working on trying to work through some issues that they're having up there. So there will be more conversations to come on that, but I just want to let you know that we've started on that process. And then also on Monday, I received word that Congress had passed funding on congressional direct spending request in the amount of $2.5 million for rural energy resiliency pilot. The town of Fairfield is one of 10 communities slated to receive these funds. This is through Senator King's office, and it would be for the community center. Potential items such as new windows, doors, lighting, heating, cooling, solar panels, etc. They anticipate funding to begin and be available in the fall of 2024. This is a program that we actually sent a letter of support for and for King's office over a year ago. So it was exciting to hear that that's finally come to fruition. So we're excited about that. Yes. More to come.
Nice. Good. Any questions for Michelle? Thank you, Michelle. Committee reports. Stephanie, do you want to start with?
The Economic Committee's meeting on Tuesday, April 2nd at 3:30 here in this room. And we're basically going over our 4 goals and setting up the objectives that we want to accomplish for this year.
Very good. Thanks.
Welcome.
Peter, anything on?
Nothing on the building, no.
Right. We should actually talk about PFAS. I don't know if sure where that we were trying to get a meeting together again with.
Your meeting has been set for August 16th at 6 p.m. with the Department of Agriculture in this building.
I'm hoping earlier than August.
I'm sorry, April.
Very good. Thanks.
Another one of those A months.
I know it can get delayed, but August.
You know.
April 16th.
I was thinking about fall with the congressional money. I'm sorry.
Very good. And,
April 16th.
April 16th.
April. Yep.
and for the Good House, we actually have that one is lined up.
Is next Tuesday.
Yeah.
That email went out just this after, prior to this meeting. So you'll start your kickoff next Tuesday.
Very good. Thank you on that end. So lots of things going on. The fifth order of business, the consent agenda. These items are considered routine and standard business, and therefore will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member so requests prior to consideration of this portion of the agenda, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered next on the agenda. Hearing none. All right. Item 24-39, order the Fairfield Town Council hereby waives and the readings of and accepts the minutes for meeting number 2024-05 held on March 13th, 2024. Item 24-40, order the Town Council hereby approves the Treasurer's warrant number 108, General Fund, in the amount of $215,000, $800.03. Sorry about that. Not limited to, but including MSAD 49 fuel, MMEHT, and motor vehicle. And item 24-41, order the town council hereby approves and signs a sewer certificate of commitment in the amount of $153,856.50 for the third quarter fiscal year sewer billing for the period of 1/1/2024 to 3/31/2024.
So move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Very good. Moving on to the sixth order of business, to take action on the following items of business as read by the council chair. Item 24-42, order that the town council hereby confirms town manager's appointments of the following election clerks and ballot clerks for a term of 2 years beginning May 1st, 2024 and ending April 30th, 2024. That should be 26.
Oh, sorry.
Nope. Did I just-
Yep.
Nope, we're good.
Thank you.
No, we're good. Janet Bard, Joel Bouchard, Timothy Forsman, Theodore Hellberg III, Kathleen Kiep, Norma Larson, Sally Melcher McGagney, Lynette Reveling, Lynn Rowden, Robert Sazak, Patricia Shea, Louise Cody, Zachary Golder, James Leclerc, Marilyn Mayerhans, Danielle Booton, Neil Coffin, Richard Fortier, Maxwell Kenny, Greg Lambert, Kimberly Lindloff, Angela Neubauer, Deborah Plummer, Doris Pratt, Joe Rowden, Laird Stinson, Sue Stinson, and Marilyn Tozier.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Item 24-43, and I apologize if I butchered any of those names. I tried my best. Item 24-43, order the town council hereby extend the 30-day buyback period to March 29th, 2024 for the 2021 to 2022 tax foreclosed property acquired by the town on January 22nd, 2024. All outstanding debts must be paid.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion?
Is 2 days enough there, Michelle? Because March 29th is Friday.
Yes, so what happened is that the original 30-day deadline had gone past, and then when an additional letter was sent, the property owner realized that they had missed the deadline. They were prepared to pay us then. So they're fully prepared to pay.
Okay.
The issue is based upon our current regulations, we weren't allowed to set the funds. So should be
I saw the
fine, absolutely fine.
29th, I said, okay, 2
Yeah.
days?
No,
Okay.
they were fully prepared to pay, we just
Okay.
couldn't accept their money.
All right.
Yep.
I just want to know if we needed to extend that past the 29th.
Yes.
That's why.
Good
Thank you,
question.
Joe.
Any more discussion? All those in favor? Item 24-44, ordered that the town council hereby considers and awards bids received for police SUV up to the amount of $28,749.50, with $17,000 to be expended from the drug interdiction account, $2,400 to be expended from the equipment auction proceeds, and $9,349.50 to be expended from the police department operating account.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Discussions.
This vehicle is for who? I know it's the police department, but I thought we had I know we had,
For the detective,
okay.
because the white electric Kona that we have been releasing from the state is being returned.
Is, what's she driving now? Because I know they've probably been returned already.
Nope, we still have it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the white electric vehicle. It was out there a little while ago, but it's not out there right now.
Yep.
Is this vehicle going to have the word police on it, or is
No,
that
this is
going
gonna
to
be
be
the-
unmarked?
It'll be an unmarked detective's
So-
covert vehicle.
So the truck we bought a couple of years ago for the detective, that's back on patrol?
The captain runs that now.
Okay.
I was quite surprised to see an SUV, and I'm a Toyota person, so I was glad about that. But for the SUV, it does Why an SUV instead of like a sedan? Is it because of the all-wheel drive, or?
Because of the all-wheel drive, we wanted the ground clearance. We thought it would be wise to keep both vehicles similar in order to get a better deal from a dealership purchasing two that were very similar versus having two separate
Right.
bid processes.
So the 2016 and the 17 we have, who's going to drive those? I know one's got a mechanical problems being fixed.
That one is in the process of being fixed. That will go to one of the two lowest patrol officers they'll actually share one vehicle. The two newest hired patrol officers will have that vehicle.
So will the RAV4 have a blue light on it at all?
Well, it'll have capabilities to be utilized in an emergency if we need to, but it won't have a light bar on the roof.
No light bar, but, like what we see on TV, they put the blue dome light on, huh?
Similar, yes.
Similar to
Yeah,
that? Okay.
similar.
All right. I was just curious.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Any other questions, discussion?
So, just so people know, $17,000 is being used, it's not all coming out of this budget.
Right.
The $17,000, there's drug interdiction
Right.
account balance. And Chief, can you tell us what that is?
That is when we arrest somebody that has a large amount of cash on them. When they go to court, the court can either find that money was utilized in drug proceeds, or they can admit that it was used in drug proceeds, or it is drug proceeds, and in this case, they did admit that. And the courts will turn that money over to us. So that $17,000 is money that we received in drug cases that we've been working on. The
Okay.
$2,400 is from federally acquired property that we have been receiving over the years. We had some property that we acquired that we weren't using, and we put out to auction on the website, and that money came from that.
Okay. So we're really paying out of budget the $9,349.50.
Correct.
Okay. Vehicle itself,
Well, if you
Was-
decide to go with the Toyota,
$28,749.50.
yeah, it was on the, good, so thank you. That's nice to have that extra money to put, to use up, so.
Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Can you do a friendly amendment for Charlie's Motor Mall?
Oh, sure, we can do
Please
that.
and thank you.
Yep, sure can.
So the motion was
I will.
by Charlie, seconded by Lawrence.
Do you want a friendly amendment?
Sure.
Add a friendly amendment to accept the Charlie's Motor Mall bid for the two, this one, the RAV4, and that amount, so.
Thank you.
Well, now all those in favor. Thank you for catching that, Christine. The next one is item 24-45, or the town council hereby considers and awards bids received for code enforcement SUV up to the amount of $28,749.50 to be expended from the ARPA fund account.
So move.
Second.
Motion and second, discussion.
I know Mr. Nichols has a...
Michelle, anything to discuss on this?
It's pretty straightforward. The code enforcement officer was also driving the third electric vehicle that we had that needs to be returned. The funding source is ARPA funds because of the fact that we do not have a vehicle account for this particular vehicle at the town office. We knew going into it when we switched over to these electric vehicles 3 years ago that this was going to be coming. We would have to do that. In years past, what has happened is that as the police department bought new vehicles, the older vehicles were passed down. However, at this point, we are driving them to the extent that they are not passed downable when it comes to these other departments, so.
So it's not usable, but why are we fixing one of them to be usable? I thought we had 2016 is being used.
That one we are fixing because it's usable and cheap enough to fix, but it's still being used by the police department. What I'm saying is what used to happen to the code enforcement officer is they got the vehicles that were no longer of any serviceable use to the police department.
So we got 2 extra ones.
And we don't have any extras. They're not extras.
You have one being shared at
Right.
this point.
It-
So.
Yeah. It needs to be fixed. Yep.
Mr. Nichols?
Yeah, just for the record, Paul Nichols. What capacity is that vehicle used for? In what capacity?
Inspections
Inspections?
all
So-
across town.
Where's it usually parked?
Typically the town office.
Town office? It's not taken home?
Nope. It's used in town only. Or for training or what have you, traveling to trainings and whatnot.
The reason I ask that is because I know that the usage, and we have police cruisers being parked home because they're in poor shape, from what I understand. And if that was the case, that's why I question that.
Yeah, no.
So that 749.50, is there any other monies going into this, and where are they coming from, if so?
Just ARPA funds.
So it's not even coming out of any of the tax base?
Nope.
at all?
No.
Good, thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
thanks. So, any more discussion on that? I think that
No.
at this point, we have to have a vehicle for her. And this one actually is a pretty functional vehicle, but actually a decent price. We had a motion and a second. Do you want, again, the
I
friendly
made the
amendment?
motion, to accept the Charlie 2024 Toyota RAV4 for the code enforcement officer for $28,749.50.
We have a friendly amendment. And so any more discussion? All those in favor?
John, did you want to second the friendly amendment?
Sure.
Yep, okay, it's good.
All those in favor? Good. All right. The next one, item 24-46, or the town council hereby considers and awards bids received for the fire department cascade system up to the amount of $78,000 with $65,220.35 to be accepted and applied from the 2022 ATF FEMA grant and $12,799.65 to be expended from the fire department equipment reserve account.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Chief Leary, can you speak to this? Thanks.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So back in 2022, early 2023, we applied for a grant through the FEMA Fire Assistant to Firefighters Grant Program. We were awarded this past summer, 2023. And unfortunately, due to the original quote being given to us in November of '22, due to inflation, the prices have increased over that length of time between then and now. So we sourced 3 different vendors for 3 different quotes. And you have those, I believe you all got those in your packet, the 3 different quotes. I am recommending that we would like to purchase quote number 3 through HSE Fire Safety Equipment out of Lewiston. Basically, the Cascade system will include a 6,000 PSI compressor, 4 6,000 PSI storage bottles to store the air, and then a fill station that we actually put our air bottles into to fill them after use. The electrical and the venting for the system is already in place with our old system, so they'll just be able to utilize that, so we won't have any expense with that. And the vendor will actually install it. That's part of the package. So the increase was from the original $68,000 quote up to $78,000 now, and that's the big reason for the increase from the up to the $12,000. We are required to match the grant 5%. And then this deal was actually given a little bit of incentive because we're actually going to also receive 5 thermal imaging cameras at no cost to us. So that's a $4,500 value as well. And that's about it. Unless you have
So
any
this is going to be inside,
Yeah,
Travis?
it will be right inside on the town office side of the building.
It'll be vented, right?
Yeah, yeah, it has a fresh air intake right there on the wall, yeah. Yeah, and that's already in place, so basically they'll just come in and plug in the new one and we'll be set to go.
Just for transparency, so you would recommend the quote number 3. It's similar to one of the other quotes, and
Yes.
the two of them are, both of those two are a little higher than one, but just,
Yes.
there's sometimes apples to apples and apples
Yeah.
to oranges.
So the middle quote was, did not really meet our spec because they're 5,000 PSI storage bottles. Our air tanks that we use are 4,500, so that would mean the storage capacity would be, it would constantly be filling, where the 6,000 PSI will allow us to carry more capacity. And also the compressor is the same thing. It's only a 5,000 PSI compressor and not a 6,000 PSI compressor. So yeah, the other two met our spec a lot better for what we use. Yep. And that's
sense.
why the
Yeah,
difference.
thanks for the.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any more questions? No. Thanks, Chief.
Yeah, absolutely.
Motion by Pechotti, seconded by Lawrence. Friendly amendment?
Let's have a friendly amendment.
Yep, so move.
I'll make a friendly
To
amendment to
HSE.
accept quote number 3 from HSE Fire Safety Equipment, Lewiston, Maine, for the total of, whichever that was.
78,000.
78, yeah, so 78,000.
Yep.
We got the second. so-
Second, Pechotti?
Yep.
Any more discussion?
Just remember too, some of it only 65,220.35, and half of that is 12,799.65. So we have to pay out, so.
Thank you very much. All those in favor? Item 24-47, order the town council hereby considers and awards bids received for the dock replacement up to the amount of $16,131 to be accepted and applied from the December 2022 FEMA Storm Relief Grants Fund.
So moved. Second.
Motion is second. Discussion.
No.
Is there a warranty that comes with these? Because I'm thinking about the decks that we've had out there, they're kind of wobbly. Are they?
Kind of wobbly.
Yeah, you know, when you walk on them, you fixed them,
When we first started out with these, we were only 4 foot wide.
yeah.
And then we added a double width to 8 foot wide. And that stabled them up. And that's what I'm recommending we go back to.
So
Exactly what we had.
Okay. And they are the warranty for these docks in case there's another issue with flooding, what would happen?
The insurance company wouldn't cover these docks.
Oh, they
I mean,
wouldn't
we
cover
had them out up on the lawn, and when it flooded, they floated down the river.
Yeah.
Are these wooden docks or metal docks?
They're poly docks.
Poly docks?
Yep.
And they're kept in place is the pipe system, typical pipe system for them, or some,
Typical pipe.
well, they're driven, aren't they?
No, they actually,
float-
they all
float and
clamp
then-
together with special clamps.
Yep.
And then out on the ends, there are 2 pipes driven in so that they can float up and down on
Yep.
those as the river goes up and down.
I think you had in your letter, you kind of described it, but there's a $3,000 difference between the two companies. But I think your explanation was good, but just for transparency, if you want to describe that, the people at home.
Yes, so the dock guy's dock is narrower, and I'm worried about the stability of that being narrower. We're familiar with the Hammond lumber docks. We've worked with them for many years. We have some parts at the shop for maintenance purposes. The way that they connect to the large walk up there, the concrete walk, we're all set up for that. You know, so it's pretty much going to be a plug and play.
Yep.
I just want to say the size. The first one, it says dot guide is 6 feet by 6 inches by 30 feet. That's for 13,353. The Hammond Lumber one is 8 feet by 30 feet, which is a better deal for 16.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
what makes them 8 feet though, Peter, just so that you're
Right.
aware, is 2 4s are set together all the way up. It does make it a lot more stable.
Very good. Thanks, Bruce.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. So we have the motion, the second.
I made the motion.
Do you have a friendly amendment?
We accept the Hammond Lumber quote for an 8 foot by 30 feet dock, poly dock, for $16,131.
A second. So, motion and a second. I'll second that.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, my bad.
Checking.
Yeah. So any more discussion? All those in favor? Item 24-48, order the town council hereby approves a renewal request from the Central Maine ATV Club to maintain an ATV access route along local routes to include Martin Stream Road from Fairfield Town Line to the Oakland Road, also known as Route 23, Bear Mountain Road from Martin Stream Road to end, Horn Hill Road from Martin Stream to end, Davis Road entire length, Six Rod Road entire length, 10 Lots Road entire length, Gagnon Road from 10 Lot Road to Oakland Town Line, Green Road from existing trail crossing to CMP power lines, speed set at 25 miles per hour, and date range to be set at the direction of the manager and public works related to posted roads and spring conditions to minimize road and shoulder damage.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. We have Mr. Kitchen here to talk, so if we have any questions or concerns.
Are there any new trails this year?
Just the Kennebec Valley real bit.
And that's been a nice addition.
Pardon me?
That's been a nice addition. That's been a nice addition.
Yes.
Yeah,
This coming season will be the first year we'll be able to.
yeah, I think it'll be great.
So you're counting that as the Martin Stream Road?
No.
You said?
No, that's a trail in itself.
Okay, so the Kennebec Valley Rail Trail, that's also going to be added in?
That's a new ATV
Right,
riding trail,
Right, you're right,
state-owned.
you're right. But you don't, the club doesn't have anything to do with that.
We'll be working
will.
on that.
You will be. Oh,
But we don't need to grant permission for that. This is simply for their ability to travel more than the law-allowed number of footage down a public road.
okay.
There are no changes from last year. This is exactly what
The
came
same?
before.
That's okay. All right, that's what I needed to know. All right. Thank you, Mr. Kitchen, for coming tonight.
Any other questions?
I don't think, I think it's worked really well. Any issues that you would have, or?
No, we're still working towards getting a clubhouse and expanding. Last year, we had over 200 members, 130-plus memberships. We had a great fundraiser for the Fairfield Food Pantry. This year, we're working in conjunction with the Kennebec Growth Council and the Chamber of Commerce, and we're looking at changing the location on that. We have a committee on that, and we expect to raise a lot of money. I think last year it was, pardon me, I don't have the number right off the top of my head. We split that fundraiser to go into our clubhouse fund, and it was approximately $3,000 that we gave the food pantry for our
thank you.
annual glow ride that we do.
Appreciate it.
Very good.
I think it's good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Item 24-49, order the town council hereby authorizes the town manager to enter the town of Fairfield into contracts with Dirigo Engineering in the amount of $4,000 and Summit Geoengineering Service in the amount of $20,000 for a combined amount of $24,000 for structural assessment analysis of 15 Lawrence Avenue Fire Station to be expended from the ARPA fund account.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second, discussion.
So it is my understanding that Dirigo will work with Summit Geoengineering Services for some of the material work that needs to be done.
Correct.
So,
This is exactly the setup that we had for the police station, which is what, at your last meeting, I mentioned that I would bring back to you at your request for the fire station. The price for the geotechnical, Summit Geotechnical Engineering Services, that is a max number. They don't believe it'll actually require the full $20,000, but just in case, that was the max. That's why it's an up to, so.
where's the money coming from, Michelle?
ARPA.
ARPA?
So
Seemed like
when
the
are they
best
gonna,
possible use of those funds. We still have those funds.
so when are they plan to start after the snow?
It's as soon as we notify them. No, because most of the work will be interior.
Okay.
Except for the, the measurements of the exterior of the building. They've actually they were at the site last week, so to come up with this estimate for you, so they've been there. And hopefully, the sooner the better with this. I think our timing was quite good, because it's prior to full swing construction season, so hopefully they'll be able to get us
You
fitted.
don't say a completion date?
I don't think it has that, but we'll narrow that down once the contract is settled.
And just for discussion, this come out of a little bit of the research, basically our committee, looking at some of our structural
Yes.
situations, so.
Yep, so the report from the building committee indicated that this was a step that needed to be taken, so that is good. And council recently received the audit for the fire department from Municipal Resources, Inc., and they also indicated that this step needed to be done, so 2 reports, 1 stone, so.
Very good.
So after this is done, it would be another engineering looking at the other buildings, or it'll be it?
That will be up to the council.
Okay.
So any more discussion? All those in favor? So we've moved to the 7th order of business, so the council workshop and other business. Councilor Pachati.
Yes, I'm good.
Okay. Councilor Thibodeau.
April 1st, the Somerset County Budget Committee will be meeting for the first time to start going over the county budget. The town of Fairfield pays about 7.8% of the county tax, county budget. So it's up from last year. So I'm concerned.
Would you
I appreciate you being on that committee.
Yes.
saw the article about Kennebec County
Yeah.
recently that was brought to my attention, their 44% increase?
Yes.
And they posted what members of Kennebec County are paying this year and what they're projected to pay next year. I want you to know that this year we paid more money to Somerset County at 1.1 million than the city of Waterville did to Kennebec County at 900,000+. And while they're looking to get a 44% increase in the city of Waterville, it'll be really close to the portion that the town of Fairfield pays to Somerset County. So when it comes time to vote on this county budget, it is really important that our residents pay attention to that process.
Sorry, I'm just using my calculator.
So anybody who would like to come to the county budget, we may meet at the courthouse upstairs on the 2nd floor, and we start at 6
Yeah.
o'clock.
That would put,
And it's quite an interesting process. It's not, it's different from what we go through on the municipal level, because it's all done through departments. And the budget itself is quite extensive. It's much larger than what we have. So what happened last year, the year before, the ARPA funds were put towards the debt service for the jail. So hopefully we'll see a difference with that. But costs have gone up, and they still have $1 million in ARPA money that they want to use. And I am pretty adamant that it's not something that should be carried over to other years' budgets just because we have money for this year to pay for a position. So I'm looking out for us.
and we, as a county, I understand that we do have more miles of roads and everything else, and we are a large county, but Waterville's, if they did a 44% increase, that would put Waterville at just shy of $1.3 million.
Yeah, and we're projected to probably be somewhere close to 1.2 next year.
Yeah.
So just for
Yeah.
quick calculator fun work, so. Thank you, Councilor Thibodeau. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Councilor Lawrence.
I just want to thank Public Works for this quick work on these 2 storms we had. That was a surprise storm, so they did a great job clearing the roads.
And I actually have nothing to really add tonight, so I appreciate that. So nice work.
Yeah.
I want to thank everyone who is in attendance tonight for your attendance and contribution, just being here and hearing and being part of being involved is really important, so I appreciate it. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And we will recess.
Motion to
motion to
recess.
Second.
Whatever.
Well,
I got two things for you this evening.